Hi everyone, Stephen here. My colleagues are Matt and Shantoria, who also helped with this project, and we chose Geico. I'm going to get right into the marketing strategy, and what better way to do that than the 5 C's of marketing. Going to start off with company collaborators, then go into the competitors and the climate of the auto insurance industry, and then talk about what customers they're targeting, and obviously finish up with our recommendations, our research findings, and how it all ties together. But this is pulled right from the website. As you can see, 30,000 Geico associates. They insure over 22 million vehicles. They actually have 7 affiliated companies that they work with and have helped them with their underwriting. And they've actually won a number of recent awards regarding mobile app channels and reaching customers from the aspect of technology and making it easy to purchase auto insurance. So in the industry, there's actually 5 major competitors, and then it's very segmented after that. Actually, 20% is in this other category, and the graph is 2014 numbers, but I did put 2010 numbers off to the left, so you can see that there is some consolidation going on by the top 5 providers in the industry, but also there's more and more people that are needing auto insurance, and as you're well aware, it is a loss. So recently, Geico has overtook Allstate and has become the number 2 leading provider, and our goals are to help them really become the number 1 and continue to maintain that position. So what they're doing currently is really going well after the millennial group. So who are the millennials? There's actually 80 million of them in the US. They grew up alongside technology. Sort of the ballpark definition is if you're born between 1980 and 2000, you're a millennial. So diving a little deeper, you'll notice that they are the most diverse. They're very well educated compared to previous generations. They're for the most part single, but they do intend on having a successful marriage and becoming a parent in the future. What we're going to focus on today is actually this 20% segment. So of 80 million people that are millennials, 20% comes out to roughly 16 million people. Geico doesn't have a current strategy on how they're going to reach this Hispanic population, and really it's the same approach as any other millennial. So we're going to help them through our recommendations. Currently, the 4 P's of marketing: price, product, promotion, place. Placement, really they're all over the U.S. They're everywhere. You can get them phone, online, mobile app, and there's really a lot of buzz from the promotional side as far as their advertising goes through print and videos online, as well as you're all aware of their commercials. The product, auto insurance, everyone's got to have it. They have other products as well in the insurance industry, but we're going to focus on auto. And then price, they're really more of that low-cost competitor. Everyone thinks of them as 15 minutes will save you 15% or more. They actually spent over 1.1, I guess close to 1.2 billion in advertising in 2013. That's the most of any insurer, and it's really been working for them, as you saw in the numbers of market share. Their main methods are television, but they definitely do direct mail and radio advertisements, as well as some of the unskippable campaigns from viral marketing. And many of you are familiar with their iconic characters. So the cavemen, the money clip, the gecko, all help with their promotional efforts. Here are some other TV ads that you might be familiar with. It's actually Wednesday, Hump Day, so that's one of my favorites. As well as the squealing pig, Not in My House, where he just blocks all of the basketball shots, and the most recent Final Countdown. So through our actual primary research, we did 11 interviews. We did consulted sort of official market studies as well. But from the 11 interviews, we found 3 were customers, 8 were non-customers. Overall, everyone thought the ads were funny and catchy. They all knew the catchphrase, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And everyone definitely remembered the gecko and the caveman. Some of the complaints were around the lack of bundling and specialization. So we chose not really to attack the bundling aspect since we're focusing on auto insurance, but some other competitors have been successful by bundling house or home, boat, RV, etc. Again, we're going to focus on auto insurance for today. Their prices were not as cheap as their advertising insinuates. So a lot of our interviewees thought that they spent so much on advertising, how could the rates be cheap? And they just had skepticism around the actual cost of the service. And then others, probably the bulk, thought that the customer service was either bad or suspected it to be bad. If they needed to file a claim, many were worried. So our goal was to find out, was this actually true? We did a lot of research, found that they're actually average on a lot of factors around rental car experience, first notice of loss, and overall just scored barely behind Allstate and State Farm with their scores. And they're ranked above above the rest in many categories. Additionally, with a J.D. Power insurance shopping study, they found that Geico was ranked better than most. What we found interesting is 6 of the 8 non-Geico customers actually expressed that they would not be interested in switching, even if their concerns that we previously mentioned were addressed. So it shows that people are really, happy with a provider. They're going to stick with them. We found that through this, about only 20% of respondents actually planned on switching their car insurance in the next 12 months. So actual research studies matched what we found from the interviews. The demographics that were more susceptible to switching included men, millennials, and Hispanics. So that's sort of our target for our recommended strategy. So what should Geico do based off the research? Really focus on developing their iconic characters around this customer service experience, since the research shows they actually have overall good rankings. They need to better demonstrate that. They can work on reversing this negative perception of just cheap, cut rate, not good customer service in order to retain current customers. And obviously to continue going after the millennial generation, the young people just entering the market for the first time, and the Hispanics. So customer service, a younger focus, male focus, and Hispanic focus. All of those are basic elements to our recommended strategy in order for Geico to continue gaining market share. Specifically, around Hispanics, we thought it would be great to have athletic or celebrity endorsements, to partnership with major soccer and baseball teams, and to sort of demonstrate goodwill in the communities. So with that, I will leave you with a song. Thank you for your time.